Hello, everybody at Prairie Fire. Hey, this is Matt. I wanted to reach out and let everybody know that in your email today, you're going to be receiving a copy of our new white paper that I'm talking about, three stories for the New World Order. And so, what I mean by that and what I've been working on is now that we've hit through the first few months of this COVID crisis and we're looking into the rest of 2020, the rest of 2021, basically our future as a whole, what kind of stories could we see play out? What scenarios should we consider? And rather than just a best case, worst case scenario, I wanted to play out what good things could happen, what bad things could happen, what things in the middle might happen, and what's our opinion? How do we feel about those, and how do we plan as a result of those? How do we invest as a result of those stories? The first story that I lay out in there is what I'm calling the tornado, the storm, the bad one, something that we don't want to see. But this would be a situation where the nation has a very difficult time finding a healthcare solution to COVID. We have to continue staying indoors. We cannot congregate. There continues to be outbreaks throughout the world. And so this is a scenario that would lead to great economic stress, businesses going bankrupt, small business suffering, and what Ray Dalio has explained very well in money not being money anymore. This has happened before. It's happened many times before, frankly. 1945 was the last time when the world order changed as far as money goes, and we could very well be looking at something like that happening again. So while I don't think this is the most likely case, it is one I felt like we should explore. The second scenario is the one that I feel is most likely, and things are just a grind or a muddling through, where we have good news that creates market upheaval on a Monday, and then we get bad news on Wednesday overnight about a company going bankrupt or an economic trend that's unfavorable, and all of a sudden the market gives itself back, gives its value back. And so those kind of fits and starts are very frustrating, but they're very common in a bear market as you're coming out of a bear market, which we've clearly entered. But eventually we do find our way out of this. There is new hope. There's a great reset where we get back to work as we knew it, and hopefully smarter and able to deal with future pandemics better. The third story is a very hopeful one, very happy one, where the healthcare solution gets brought forward quite a bit. We're able to get back to work and congregate sooner than we expected. And so the rainbow over the mountains. I do think the healthcare solution and how that plays out is the biggest part of this good news scenario, where we do feel like we can be safe, that we can get back together and congregate. I'm excited to put this out in front of you. I hope it does answer some questions maybe that you have. The two big ones of how do we invest and how do we plan in the midst of a crisis or after a crisis are things that I address. I talk about the election. While I don't like forecasts, I do believe that we need to have an opinion. And I hopefully that what you'll hear in this is that we do have a strong opinion on where we think we're heading, and we want to make sure that our clients and friends are ready for that. So you'll get this as part of this email. Like I mentioned, we're also going to be sending printed copies to all of our clients at home so that you can use those for your own use and or hopefully share them with your friends and neighbors, people that you think might benefit from our thinking. The last thing I'll leave you with is a picture of a much younger Matt Sr. and a much younger Matt Jr. And so as you can see from this picture, it reminded me of a story. And it was Matthew, when he was little, we used to bring magazines, CD covers, his books that he liked, whatever they were, and he would go to a certain spot or a certain picture, he'd sit on my lap and he'd smack the magazine and say, "Talk about that, Daddy." And so what he wanted me to do was tell him a story about what I was seeing and share that experience together. And so that's what we've tried to do here, is put a little bit of a story together as to where we're going from here. But I am seeing what I'll call kind of a quiet unity develop in our community and hopefully around the world as a result of all this. So please share your feedback and your thoughts after you get a chance to look through this. And again, thank you all for everything. Please be safe. Please be careful. We wish you all the best. Thanks.